Hello and welcome back to World 360. Why are eyes shifting to Lebanon amid heavy fighting between Israel and Hamas? Can France and Germany move past their disagreements? And why does Finland's investigation into the suspected sabotage of a gas pipeline matter? We answer this and more in today's episode. So first up, Lebanon. As you know, Israel and Hamas have been engaged in a bloody battle since Saturday. Over 900 people have been killed in Israel and more than 700 people in Gaza. But now there are growing concerns towards Israel's northern border with Lebanon. Before we get into why, let's look at the map. This is Israel and this is the Gaza Strip, which is controlled by Hamas. If we look further north of Israel, we see Lebanon. Now, Lebanon is a politically unstable country and has been governed by a caretaker government since last year. Hezbollah, an armed group that was formed in 1982 to fight Israel's occupation of southern Lebanon, holds considerable influence in the country. Like Hamas, Hezbollah is backed by Iran. Now, on Tuesday, Lebanon's Hezbollah claimed an attack on an Israeli armored tank and released a video footage saying that it fired a guided missile at the personnel carrier. On Sunday, Israel and Hezbollah exchanged artillery and rocket fire in the disputed Sheba Farms region. If we look at the map, Sheba Farms is located near the Lebanese-Syrian border and the Israeli-occupied Golan Heights. Now, Israel has held the Sheba Farms since 1967, but Syria and Lebanon claim the area belongs to Lebanon. This came just days after Hamas's unprecedented attack on Israel, and Hezbollah, in a statement, said it carried out its latest attacks in solidarity with the Palestinian cause. On the path to liberate the remaining part of our occupied Lebanese land and in solidarity with the victorious Palestinian resistance and the steadfast Palestinian people, the groups of the martyr commander Haj Imad Mognieh in the Islamic resistance carried out an attack this Sunday, October 8, 2023, targeting 3 Zionist occupation sites in the occupied Lebanese Sheba Farms region, Hezbollah said in a statement. Now, the Israel Defense Forces, meanwhile, said it had taken preparational measures for the possibility of attacks from Hezbollah. This has now fueled fears that Israel could face a two-front war with Hamas in Gaza and Hezbollah in Lebanon. For our second topic, we're looking at France and Germany's rocky relationship and how it's affecting their leadership within the European Union. Since the Russia-Ukraine war broke out, cracks have started to emerge between the EU's two biggest powers over a number of issues. On Monday, French President Emmanuel Macron traveled to Hamburg to meet German Chancellor Olaf Scholz in an attempted show of strength, but even Scholz was forced to admit that there were tensions between their countries. France and Germany are a very important couple for Europe. As is common for many couples, there are sometimes different perspectives on one issue or another, but it is possible to develop a common point of view, he said during a press conference in Hamburg. Now, Germany and France have been at odds over the role of nuclear power in the green economy, the European Commission's anti-subsidy investigation into Chinese electric vehicles, and whether the US should play a greater role in Europe's security. For example, last October, Germany announced a plan with 14 NATO allies to purchase air defense systems that partly come from the US and Israel. The project was termed the European Sky Shield Initiative. But in June this year, Macron spoke against the initiative, saying Europe must preserve its strategic autonomy instead of relying on foreign powers. Then there's the Franco-German battle tank project, which has been stalled due to intense competition between French and German defense contractors. Now, defense aside, Paris and Berlin can't agree on whether nuclear energy should be part of Europe's green transition. While France argues that nuclear energy is green because it's carbon-free and should therefore be supported with energy subsidies, Germany disagrees. Now, the Ukraine war has definitely exposed differences in strategy between the two countries, but more so, their leadership within the EU has been challenged by other countries within the bloc. Just earlier this month, Hungary and Poland rejected a joint EU statement on migration reform. European Council President Charles Michel was eventually forced to issue a separate statement in his name about this issue. France aside, the Polish government has clashed with Germany on a few issues, such as Germany's relatively slow rollout of weapons to Ukraine. Now, for our last topic, we're looking at Finland's investigation into the suspected sabotage of a gas pipeline. This comes a year after the suspected sabotage of the Nord Stream gas pipelines that transported natural gas from Russia to Germany through the Baltic Sea. On Tuesday, Finland claimed outside activity was to blame for damage to a gas pipeline and a telecommunications cable connecting Finland and Estonia through the Baltic Sea. NATO, meanwhile, said it was sharing its information over the damage. But Finnish authorities seem convinced the damage could not have occurred by accident and appears to be the result of a deliberate external act. Now, this comes just 6 months after Finland joined NATO. So let's look at this pipeline, how big it is and how it has been transporting gas. The Baltic Connector gas pipeline, which spans 77 kilometers, can transport up to 7.2 million cubic meters of gas per day. It runs across the Gulf of Finland from Finland to Estonia. Now, if we look at Finland's energy supply, 5% accounts for gas. And after the start of the Ukraine war, Finland stopped importing pipeline gas from Russia. It now mostly gets its gas from imports of liquefied natural gas or LNG from countries like the US and Norway. Some of the gas it gets from Estonia through this pipeline comes from Latvia. Thanks for watching. This is Pia Krishnankutty for ThePrint.